Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. 6:23. Just get the Zoom link out to you guys actually first. Let's see. This link right here should be good. All right, let me go finish setting this room up over here real quick as well for the YouTube. Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go and set up this room real quick. I'm still finished setting everything up. We should be good to go once I'm done posting this up. So let me see. It's 6:24 right now. We got about 6 minutes till market open, so we do have some time. But I'll try to get everything up as soon as possible. So I'm just gonna let everybody into the room. Hey, Ben Harvick, morning. Yeah, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I'm ready to get back into these profits. I did take one pre-market trade, or actually from yesterday. I had a small win for a buy. But yeah, this week should be pretty interesting. It is NFP, it's first week of September, and the first week of, or maybe I don't know if it's the last week of summer, either the first week of summer or last week of summer. We'll see how the market moves, but there should be some volatility Wednesday and up. So I'm just going to finish setting this up real quick. I think we're good. 6:25, we got about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna just wait for more people to enter the room. And then we can get started with our analysis here. So let's see, 6:25, 5 minutes till market open. Hey, morning Esther, morning Miles, morning Peter, morning Abraham, morning David, morning Taryn, morning guys Jubal, morning Felix, morning Clyde, morning everybody. So let me just get everything set up right here. Right, YouTube is almost done being set up. I'm going to post up the link today. I haven't been posting it up in a while. AW, morning, Gallo, morning Matt, morning Mira. Looks like we're good to go. Let's see, 6:26. Let me just finish getting this up right here. And looks like we're good to go. All right, so everything's good to go. I'm not going to post the YouTube link. I'm just gonna, whoever finds it will log on to. I'm going to be focused on the Zoom today. So hey Maria, morning. Nice. Maria said good morning. This is my first time on the Zoom. Great, Maria. Welcome to have you here. If you're brand new here, basically like around 6:30, we'll be looking for the breakout entry. And then from 7:30 to 8, we'll be looking for some scalps. And you can see like exactly what we're doing here. For the most part, we apply the same thing every single day. I'm not sure if you saw the previous live sessions, but it's pretty much the same thing every morning. Hey Fahad, morning. Morning DL, morning everybody. So let me check out US 30 over here. On the 1 hour, we have a bullish bias on the technicals. Reason for that is because price is above the pivots. The trend mirror is green. Looking over here on the 10-minute, same situation again. Price is above the pivots. The trend meter is also green. Going over here to the 3-minute, same situation. Price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Lastly, here on the 1 minute, price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So when the market opens at 6:30, we want a buy signal to appear either before, during, or after. Once we have that, we want to confirm a strong bullish candle, meaning a candle, a big green candle. Well, not really a big green candle, a green candle with little to no wick on the top side. That's going to indicate that we have a strong bullish push, and it's going to be pushing the direction of our momentum. Also, we want to make sure that the fundamentals are also pointing towards the upside. So I'll be looking over here at the futures data. Currently, right now, it's up about 30 points, which is not too much, but it is still bullish. Also looking at the retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is short, and generally we want to trade against the the opposite of the retail sentiment. So if they're short, we want to go long. Right now, it's currently long, so we just need a confirmation from the fundamental side once the market actually opens for us to take it. So other than that, we got about 2 minutes till market open. So once the market does fully open, we're basically just looking for a strong bullish candle, basically a green candle like this with little to no wick on top. If there's little to no wick on top, we'll take it for a buy, and then we'll ride it up about 500 pips. So we got about 2 minutes till market open. Close this right here. and we'll see what happens from there. All right, so we got about a minute 30 until market open. I got my MT4 ready over here. Looks like we're good. Hey Kyle, morning. Morning Al, morning everybody. So hopefully you guys had a great weekend. But let's get back into these profits. So let's see, we got about a minute 20 left on this. So not this candle right here, but the next one, we'll be looking for a possible entry if we get a strong, bullish candle there. Also, I saw a lot of people mention that today's a UK holiday. Thanks for letting us know, guys. I don't think it's really going to affect, I can see right here, yeah, GBP bank holiday. I think Rav let us know and a couple other people in the group. So definitely thanks for letting us know, guys. I don't think it really affect US 30 very much, but we'll see, if it does. Other than that, there's not really much news. There's just 7 o'clock news for pending home sales. And I think that'll be it. So here we go. Market is about to open in about 40 seconds. Once it opens in 40 seconds, we'll confirm the opening candle plus the fundamentals for us to hop into something here. Hey, Justin, morning. All right, cool. Looks like we're good to go. Hey, Riga, morning. Morning, Shane. Morning, Bobby. Morning, Vishnu. Morning, everybody. All right, looks like we're good. Let's see, market is opening in about 20 seconds. We'll confirm that strong bullish candle. Again, guys, just remember, we're looking for a strong bullish candle, something like this. A bullish candle with little to no wick on top. We don't need a buy signal because we currently have one already. We just need a confirmation of that strong green candle on open. So market's opening in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Market's open. So let's see what happens from here. There goes that strong bullish candle, but it has a big wick on top. See this big wick? The wick needs to close with little to no wick on top. Looking over here at the actual stock index, let me refresh this. I think the market is now currently open. Looks like we're, it looks pretty bullish for the most part. Yeah. So looking at the stock index for this morning, it's up 33 points. Not up a lot, but it's up. It's definitely up. So we're going to wait for the confirmation here. We don't have that confirmation. Like I mentioned, we need a strong green bullish candle with a little to no wick on top. If this closes with the red signal here, we're going to have to wait for it to shift back up, or, our bias might change. We don't really know yet. So just keep in mind, today's Monday, so it's generally a risky day to trade on Monday because the market is barely opening for the week. A lot of the orders from last week are getting filled. So they're just, as soon as the stock market is opened, all these markets, right, all these orders are getting filled. So you see price going back and forth. And if I zoom out from here, you can see it's a bit confusing, right? If I turn off the momentum signals, you can see the huge wick on top and the huge wick on the bottom, right? And you can see price just bouncing back and forth pretty heavily right here. So we're looking for this next candle right here. It has about 40 seconds left on it. We need this candle over here to close with a strong bullish candle, meaning little to no wick on top. Once we get that, we can possibly enter it. Let me go back to the fundamentals over here. The fundamentals over here are looking pretty bullish. I mean, not very bullish. They're only up like 20 points, 20, 40 points. It's not a huge push up, but it's still pretty bullish. So we just need to make sure that this candle right here closes with little to no wick on top. If there's a big wick on top, we're not going to take it, obviously. You can see, obviously, price is going back and forth pretty heavily. You can see right here. Yeah, it's about a 300 to 400 pip range. So no entry right here because the wick up here is just way too big. Yeah, so no entry right there. I mean, technically, you probably could have entered that, but I'm not going to enter it just yet. I'm going to wait for, a better confirmation because you can see prices just going back and forth. If we don't get an entry in the next 3 minutes, then we're just going to hold off on this breakout. We'll be looking for some scalps instead. So let me go ahead and just turn these on right here. Look, these old alerts from last week. All right, so obviously you guys can see there's no direction set, right? Price is just going back and forth right now. There's no strong bullish candle. There's no strong bearish candle. It's just going right back and forth. You guys can tell by the huge wicks right here. These huge wicks are indicating, some sort of rejection off both sides. Obviously, you can see right here it's rejecting off the New York low or New York high, I guess, from last week. And it's probably going to respect it. So we'll see what happens from here because it's not respecting the London high. There wasn't very much volatility during that session. All right. So we got about 2 minutes left. If we don't get a breakout in 2 minutes, then we're just going to hold off and wait for some possible scalps. We also have news coming up at 7 o'clock. So in about 27 minutes, we'll have news coming up, which is medium news for the US. It'll affect the market somewhat, but I don't think it's going to be very it's not going to be very heavy. So we'll see what happens in a few minutes or so. Hey, everyone, morning. All right, everybody's still making their way in. Let's see. I still think we have a bullish bias here. So yeah, looking over here on the 1 hour, we still have a bullish bias. Prices above the pivots, trend meters green. Looking over here on the 10-minute, price is it's coming down slightly, but it's, it looks like it might just shift back up. It might just reject off this this pivot right here, and then head back up. Same with 3-minute over here. Price is slightly trying to make its way down, but it's rejecting off the New York session right there, the New York session high. All right, so we're not going to take a breakout. It's 634. There hasn't really been a direction set yet. It's just going back and forth. You can see the range is coming from here. Let me just draw a line here. So the range is coming from here, and now it's starting to dip pretty heavy, but it's rejecting off the London low right here. But obviously, you guys can see the range, right? Let me just draw this right here. It's going to keep dropping even further. So this is why we don't hop into the trade until we get that confirmation, right? If you guys took the buy earlier over here and didn't wait for the confirmation of a strong bullish candle, you would have been screwed because it would have tanked on you right here. Obviously, you can see prices now starting to drop pretty heavily, and that's fine. If price drops heavily, our bias changes from a buy to a sell. There's no need for your bias to stay in one direction the entire time. So we're not in any trades right now. Currently just waiting for a possible scalp now because we're not looking for the breakout. We generally look for the breakout from 6 to 635. It's not there. 630 from 6 to 635. Then we look for scalps using end of the 3 strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and put the strategies over here. This is going to be the K2 US 30 1-minute pivot scalp strategy. So for one, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. 2, you want to confirm price is above K2 pivots 3 and 4 for a buy, or below for a sell. And after that, enter on the open of the following candle. So this is the strategy that we're looking for right here, guys, on the 1 minute. Right here on the 1 minute, same thing on the 3 minute. I wouldn't take this though. So this technically would be a valid entry, but I'm not going to take it because it's such a big candle. When it's a big candle like that, it's going to have to retrace at some extent. In most instances, not every time, but most instances, yeah, it's going to have to retrace. So like I mentioned right here, confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here, we have a valid sell signal. And the reason for that is because it's a sell signal with a red candle within it. After that, you just want to confirm prices above or below the pivots. Right here are the pivots, these red and orange lines, prices below it. So you technically would take this sell here, but I wouldn't take it, especially in this situation, because it dropped so much and it's right off market open. The third strategy that we'll be looking for here will be the Snipe strategy. So this is the K2 US 30 10-minute Snipe strategy. So first you want to confirm a wick rejection off K2, off any K2 pivot. Sorry, let me finish this right here. So this right there, 2, confirm a wick rejection off K2 SR zone. 3, confirm direction of momentum using K2 momentum indicator. And then lastly, you can, confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot does not touch candle body. And then lastly, after that, you could enter on the open of the following candle. So I'm going to confirm the biases around. Obviously, you can see this is a huge candle right here. So I wouldn't really want to take anything right after it, because generally after a big candle like this, you could get 1 of 2 reactions. Price will either retrace back to where it was originally, which is right here on open, or it's going to keep dropping heavily. Odds are it's probably going to retrace. So this is why we're careful after market open, because generally there's like a big retracement after. It's only 6:37. Market's been open for 7 minutes. And you can see how big of a drop it's happened since then. It's dropped about 800 pips. So 800 pips off open right here. Probably when this candle closes, you might get a retracement and it'll just come back up. So 1 of 2 things will happen. After this candle closes in the next 2 minutes, we have about 1:44. 1 of 2 things normally happens for US 30. Basically, this is the opening candle. And then after this opening candle, price will do one of two things. It'll go back to where it originally was, and I'll mark it up for here. Because this is when price opened. It'll either correct back to where it originally was. So that one of two things will happen. This will happen. Price will either come right back here, and then it'll just reverse back to the upside, or price will just keep coming down, and then it'll never come right back up. It'll just keep coming down further and further. One thing to look out for to confirm it is going to be the fundamentals here. If the fundamentals turn red like it did right here, now it's currently red, right? In the beginning, it was green, but it was only green like about 40 points. So it wasn't really green very much. We want it to be either negative 100 or positive 100 for us to get a full bias in one side or the other. Also, looking over here at the stock index is pretty flat, looks like. Yeah, it's right down the middle. So Home Depot is up 4 points. Microsoft is up 3 points. On the opposite side, Goldman Sachs is down 4 points. Amex is down 3 points. Boeing is almost down 3 points as well. So with that said, there really is no straight bias, right? Generally, you want to trade where price is biased in one direction or the other. Right now, it's not really biased. They're pretty much flat. So you're probably going to expect price to just go sideways for a bit until a direction has been set. Also, looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 70% short. So with my bias, I'd personally be looking for a buy. I think this right here, it'll probably just keep going down the middle for a bit, and then maybe an hour, 2 hours into the market, it's going to shift to the upside. And the reason for that is because majority of people are short. Or what might happen is they might just keep stacking up more shorts. They want to keep luring in some more retail sellers to the short side. And then maybe later, either tomorrow or Asia session, or maybe even London session tomorrow, because today is a UK holiday, you could probably expect some volatility pickup, and you'll see it spike up even higher. I'll send you guys my profits because I did take a somewhat of a speculative trade last night. I made a small profit off it. I'll just send it in the group right now to show you guys what I took yesterday. Let's take a screenshot of my profits. It was a really small trade. I kind of just took it because I had a feeling price was going to go up since the sentiment was 70 something percent. It was like 72% short, and I was like, oh, it's probably going to go up, and that's what happened. I'll just send you guys my profits over here real quick. It's something small. It's nothing too crazy. Off of both of my FTMO accounts. So looking over here, you guys can see that I took the buy last night. Right here, I made 360 off one account, and then my other account I made 260. So in total, about 600 something, 600 to 700 bucks. And these were from a market sells today, or no, I'm sorry, pre-market buy profits today. And yeah, that's pretty much what we took right there. But we're currently not in any trades. We're just gonna be waiting for the confirmation. So if it drops below here, you can see now price is continuing to drop further, and that's generally what happens. Like I mentioned, price will either retrace back up to where it originally was, or it's going to keep dropping further. Looks like it's going to keep dropping, which is completely fine. Bias just changes the other way if that becomes the case. So let me check this over here real quick. As Jubal is asking, in the 1 minute time frame, isn't the 6 o'clock buy signal invalidated because it has a red candle? There was no entry here as Jubal off the 1 minute. So I'm trying to see what are you referring to as Jubal? Because you said in the 1 minute time frame, isn't the 6 o'clock buy signal invalidated? 6 o'clock over here, let me see. I don't see anything over here at 6 o'clock as Jubal. I'm not sure which one are you referring to. So I'm looking here. I'm just going to draw a line there at 6 o'clock just to show you that there's nothing at 6 o'clock. Right here at 6 o'clock, I don't see anything right here at all. There's no signal that I see. Unless there's something that you on something else that you see. You might be on a different time zone, so I'm not sure if yours might be a little different. As Jubal. So going over to the next question, it's Lonji's asking, I'm having a hard time understanding how people are catching sell scalps when fundamentals are green and sentiment is 70 short. It was a rough night for buys. So Lonji said, which sells are you talking about, Lonji? Because I didn't take a sell, I took a buy myself. I went in the direction of the bias. So last night, fundamentals were bullish, so I took the buy, and sentiment was short. So I took the buy here. Where was it? It was like before I went to bed. I went to bed like over here on midnight. So I took the buy somewhere around here. Oh, it was like right here. So this little buy right here, I took a small one. It wasn't that big. It was a quick little buy, and that's where I profit off that. That's why the profit was so small. It was only about 360. and 260 on my other account because it was a small little buy that I took. I literally just hopped in, took it, and I went to sleep. So not sure which one you're referring to, Talanji, for the sells. Unless the sell was taken right now. Here, let me see. Abraham Sino said no, the red candle with the green momentum. So this was at 627. So market didn't open until 630 over here, guys. So I'm not sure which one are you guys referring to for the invalid. I mean, this is the only one that I see right here, but there wouldn't have been an entry here because market didn't open until 630. So I don't see anything over here for this one. All right, so what we're looking for here now in the 1 minute is we're looking for a retracement. We're looking for this to retrace up. We're going to catch it as it swings back down. And guys, just another reminder, if someone from, if someone messages you in K2 asking for, or if anyone even asks you for a Bitcoin payment, they're a scammer. So just keep that in mind, guys. I have to keep reminding you guys because everyone keeps messaging me that there's a scam that keeps messaging them. It's like this guy, J-Star, he like uses a fake name and just copies, he changes his name to Shawn K2, but it's obviously not me. It's this guy right here. It's been scamming people. He's an idiot. He like accidentally FaceTime one of the members here trying to scam them. So they got a screenshot of his face. Yeah, guys, if you guys are getting messages from you guys will see in the group that a lot of people are getting messages from these scammers. And I'll show you an example here. If I could find one. Like this. So you see a fake Shawn K2. They ask for a Bitcoin, for a K2 company Bitcoin wallet. There's no K2 Bitcoin wallet, guys. So don't fall for anything where anyone asks you for any Bitcoin. Obviously, you can see I changed my name over here, Shawn K2. I'll never message you first because I'll never message you guys anything. I'll respond to messages, but I'm never going to reach out to you guys and ask you guys for payment or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. Okay, other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else over here. So we're looking for a retracement here on the 1 minute. This is basically we're looking for a retracement up and then a swing back down for a sell. Same with the 3 minute over here. We're looking for a retracement up and then a swing back down. Like I mentioned earlier, there was technically an entry right here, but I wouldn't have taken it because it was such a big candle. And the odds are it's probably going to swing back up. But it looks like if you guys took this trade here, it currently still be running. So it hasn't hit TP yet, but I'm not going to hop into it. It's just too late for me to enter it, even though it's coming right back up. So these are the two time frames we're looking at. The 3 minute for a retracement up and a swing back down. If we don't get one on the 3 minute, we'll be looking on the 1 minute here. So looking at that there, the fundamentals over here are currently bearish. Reason for that is because the number is red. Looking over here at the stock index is still kind of red too. It's like right down the middle. It hasn't really pushed up that heavily, right? Looking at it here, there's Goldman Sachs is down 5 points, Amex is down 3 points, Boeing's down 3 points, JP Morgan's down 2 points, Caterpillar's down 1.4 points, McDonald's is down 1.3. Home Depot's up 4 points, so it's kind of like balancing out Goldman Sachs. Looking at Microsoft is up about 4 points, balancing out these two stocks as well. Apple's up 2 points, Amgen's up 1.2, United Health's up 1.1. And other than that, it's kind of just riding down the line. For the most part, it's bullish, but bearish. The reason for that is because it's red. It's red here. The only difference is that the market sentiment right here is still 69% short. So you generally don't want to be trading for some sells because I do anticipate it to swing back up eventually. It's just going to be, it's just going to be a matter of time. So we'll see what happens right here. 6:47. So it's still early in the market. We do have U.S. news coming up in about 13 minutes. So we have the U.S. pending home sales coming up shortly. I'm probably going to hold off on entering any trades until after that. And then once that passes, we can start looking for some more entries because it's probably going to push price one way or the other. But volatility is kind of low right now because the UK market is closed for a bank holiday. Morning, Kenny. Yeah, Riga said NASDAQ is out of control. Yeah, similar to US 30 over here. US 30, it doesn't move similar to it, but it does move. If NASDAQ is moving crazy, same with the Dow. So looks like the Dow is the only one that's red right now. S&P is currently bullish. NASDAQ's bullish. Russell 2000 is bullish. VIX is also bullish. So what I kind of see here is this might just swing right back up, but who really knows, right? It's kind of opposite right now because the Dow Jones is down while the S&P is up. Generally, they move in the same direction. So we'll see what happens here. If the S&P continues to push up higher, we could probably expect US 30 to push up as well. And that's fine. If that becomes the case, then our bias shifts back to a buy. So there's no reason for us to be stuck with a single bias. Also looking at this right here, it's also rejecting off the Asia high from yesterday. So if that's a case where it rejects off the Asia high, we could probably expect it to bounce all the way back up, but we're gonna have to wait for that confirmation. So let me see if there's anything else over here. Rista said it'll go up to 35,385 or 35,349 and then go back. Use a simple Fibonacci, so maybe I'm right. Yeah, possibly that could be it, Rista. Like I mentioned, there's no bias that's really posted right now. In order for us to have a fundamental bias, we need this number to be either negative 100 or positive 100. Right now, it's just bouncing around the middle area. It's only negative 35 right now. So there's no real bias for it to be pushing towards the downside. Also looking at the S&P, if the S&P continues to push up higher, then we're probably going to expect the US 30 to follow it. So we'll see. There's really no right or wrong way to analyze things right now because there's really no bias. Even on the technical side, price is kind of just going back and forth. There's no strong push in either direction just yet. So we'll see what happens shortly. Other than that, let's see. Clyde's asking, how do you guys enter stop loss TP so quickly to MT4? I don't use a TP stop loss on MT4 at all, Clyde. So I'm not sure how everyone else does it. But me personally, I enter and exit my trades manually because it does move too fast. Like you said, it's you have to do it really quickly. Generally, if you're too slow, you might miss the exit. So that's why I just watch the charts and I enter and exit manually. Roger's asking, did you say there was a 1 minute scalp on the long green candle with a short wicks? No, I don't see any buys here or any scalps. Yes, let's see. Roger said, did you say there was a 1 minute scalp? Just looking over here right now, I don't see any scalps here on the 1 minute aside from this sell right here, but I wouldn't have taken it because it's just moving too quickly, right? If you took this trade right here, it looks like you would have possibly hit stop loss. And I mentioned that you shouldn't take trades like this on market open because the volatility is just really high. Kyle just mentioned that 3 minute just hit. So yeah, looking at this right here, whoever took the 3 minute here, I didn't take the trade, but whoever took it here, your TP was just hit. So this is the one that I called up earlier when we first got the signal. When I first wrote these requirements here, I mentioned that there was a sell signal right there, right? I said I was going to take it because it was too risky. Obviously, it's too risky right here, but if you did take it, it would have hit TP. So I'll just give you guys a small update for whoever caught it, or let me just check the chat real quick. If people here caught it in K2, then I'll post it up on the page. If no one did, then we'll just hold off. Let me just see. So it looks like a couple of you guys did take the sell. Owen over here took the sell from that 3 minute. He locked in 899. So great work, Owen. Let me scroll up and see if I missed anything else over here. All right, so I think we're good for the most part. And guys, look, here's the scammer that everyone's talking about, right? So they messaged Maria over here. So this is a scammer, obviously you can see right there. And then obviously you can see over here as well. Nakib said, so there's one that uses K2 trades with the Z, the scammer over here as well. K2 trades with the Z. He just pretty much just copies my name and tries to, yeah, these are all scammers right here, guys. So this scammer is obviously in the group, messaging people who just joined in. So guys, if you guys get a scammer right here messaging you, obviously he's like following somehow. People in the group, someone is probably even paying. So just be careful for that. Anyways, going back to what I just looked at over here. So Owen locked in some prop right there. Going over here, let's see. Yeah, Cheryl locked in 2,000 over here. So Cheryl's up 2,064. I'm only up like a few hundred right here. I'm up about 700 between both my accounts. Jalon over here as well, locked in 790. Nice work, Jalon. Sisu over here locked in 1,351. Nice work, Sisu. And his other account, he locked in another 2,335. So I'll post up the trade there because it looks like a lot of you guys did take it. Sisu again here, 2,335. And I'm only posting it so that you guys can get a confirmation that it actually hit. Shizuka again over here, he made a total of 1,891 off his other account. So he's making some pretty solid profits. Dre here as well. Dre took buys and sells, or no, he just took buys. He locked in a total of 125 this morning. Nice work, Dre. So I'll give you guys a little update over here. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, guys, so it looks like the scammer is actually in the group right here because he's like, it seems like whenever someone joins a premium group, so you can see obviously right here, As soon as someone joins a premium group like Maria, she just joined the group, that person messaged and said, oh, you forgot to send a screenshot of your whatever. So this guy's obviously in the group over here. I mean, this guy's an idiot. He could probably make more profit if he just traded instead of scamming people. But I'll go through the list today, guys, and I'll see, if there's anyone there that's unusual. But, we just can't stop people from scamming. So obviously, if someone messages you directly, it's not me because I never message anyone directly. Other than that, let me just give you a little update over here for the 3-minute. All right, for you guys who caught that right there. All right, solid. So let's give you guys a little update right there. So there's the opposite signal that we're looking for. We're looking for that retracement right there, and we're going to catch it a little later as it swings down further. All right. Looks like we're good right here. I'm looking for a possible entry. Let me go back to the 1 minute and see if I saw anything over here. All right, so the 1 minute right here, we did get the swing up to the upside. We're now looking for a possible sell if it does come up. So I'll be following along for possible sell right here. Looking over here on the 3 minute, no entry, but right here on the 1 minute, possible entry if it does come right back down. So let me just check this over here real quick. The fundamentals are only up 31 points. It's not really up that heavy. Looking at the futures data is also only up. It's only down 41 points. Looking over here, it's mostly red, but it's not very red. It's just somewhat red right there. Retail sentiment is still short, but it's starting to dwindle. So you can see obviously people are shifting from short to buys, or they're getting stopped out, one or the other. Because earlier this morning it was 70%, now it's only 67%. So let's see what happens from here. If this drops right here, we could possibly take it for a quick little scalp. However, it's going to be a bit risky because it is close to this Asia high over here from yesterday. So other than that, we're going to be looking for possible entry. So let me check the Zoom chat real quick and see if I'm missing anything else over here. Here, let's see. Randy said, how long is a momentum signal valid? A signal is valid if it's, so say for example here, if you get a red sell signal with a red candle within it, that's what makes it valid. There's no how long it'll be valid for. It'll be valid until there's a second, an opposite signal that comes up. So there's no set time period for it to be valid. If it just closes red and red, then it's valid. If it closes green and green, it's valid as well. However, if you tie it in with the direction of the trend, that's how you'll know which direction to trade. Like obviously right here, we have a valid buy signal, but we're not taking a buy here because it's going against the trend. So here's the possible scalp here, guys. I'm going to be following it. We got about 40 seconds left on this candle. But yeah, Randy, going back to what we were just discussing. So there's no set time period for it to be valid. If there's a valid signal, then it's valid. If it's invalid, it's invalid. But generally we trade in the direction of the trend. So if we have a valid buy signal down here, this is generally just going to indicate that it's a retracement, right? Because price came down, it's going against the trend, retracement, and then we're anticipating it to come right back down. And this is what we're looking for right here. Now we're looking for a sell signal so that we can take this for a sell. But there's no specific time period for how long it stays valid for. Let me scroll down a little bit. Lillian's asking, what's the best trading interval? I mean, the trading interval depends on your preference, Lillian. There's no best time frame to trade on. It just depends on what you want to trade on. If you like trading for scalping, I scalp on the 10 minute, 3 minute, and 1 minute. For intraday, I trade on the 4 hour. So it just depends on like what you're looking for. If you're looking for scalps, I generally trade on the 10 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute. But like I said before, if you want to trade Forex intraday, I generally trade on the 4 hour right here. All right, back to the 1 minute. We don't have a sell signal here yet, so we don't have an entry. But if it does close, then we possibly take it for a sell. The reason why I'm looking for sell is because the fundamentals here are red. And also the retail sentiment is starting to shift to the buy side. So if it starts to shift to the buy side, it's fine. But obviously, I'd personally be looking for a buy here, not really a sell. But we'll see. No entry there. So obviously this candle is going to close with no sell signal. What could happen here is this could be a break and retest, right? Price could have broke structure, came back down to retest the previous Asia high, and then it can be shifting all the way back up. So if that becomes a case where it shifts all the way back up, that's fine because then our bias could change back to a buy, right? If price comes up, comes right back down, shifts up, then we'll be looking for a buy instead of a sell. But we really don't know until we get that confirmation. So as of right now, we're looking for a sell. But if it shifts back to the upside, then we're looking for a buy. Buys can change at any moment. There's no reason for you guys to be stuck trading one directional all the time. So going back to your question over here too, let me scroll over here real quick. Like Talanji said, so Talanji said, this is what I mean. People taking sells confidently when sentiment is 70% short. Where's the confidence coming from? Because there's a sell entry that's available there, Talanji. So like, let's see, for example, I'm trying to see which sells are you talking about here, because those sells could have been from like last week. Like they don't have to be from today. Let's see. So let me see if I could just pull up Cheryl's trades over here so we can see when she took the trade. Because sometimes like these trades that she holds, she's been holding them for like a while back. They're not just taken right at this exact moment. If they're closed at, that just means that they're closed at a specific time. That doesn't mean that she actually opened them, right now. So that's another thing to keep in mind, guys. Sometimes people will post trades, but they took this trade way before when it was like a lot higher. They didn't necessarily take it just now. That just means that they just closed it at that point. So, I mean, looking here on the 1 minute, those trades could have been taken right here on the open of, the session yesterday. So I can't say exactly when they took it. I mean, if this is probably a question you should ask that specific person, how are they confident, right? Because I don't know the exacts of like when they entered the trade. If there's like some way we could open her trades here, or open C6 trades here or something like that, then we can see when they took the trade. But there were some sells that were available here that they probably didn't close out until like way later, right? Because price did come right back down. They could have had a sell from like way over here and they just never closed it. And then they closed it this morning for some profit. So I think that would have to be a specific question to them, Talanji. I mean, if I could find something, I'll show you, but I don't personally can't really see exactly what they're looking for there. Anyways, back to the 1 minute, there's a possible entry right here for this. Same with the 3 minute over here. So there's two entries that are pretty much building up over here off the 3 minute and off the 1 minute right over here. We got about 27 seconds over here off this candle. And I'll try to look deeper into like how they took those sells earlier, Talanji, but I can't really tell unless they have it like specifically shown over here. So yeah, definitely great work there. C-Soup, save your trades there. Going back to the 1 minute, I don't think this is going to close. So no entry there. There's no sell signal. All right, so it's pending off this next one. If this closes right here, then we can take it, but there's no sell signal that is available just yet. So going back to this over here, nice, again, 2,300 right there off that. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, so Cheryl took those trades that were on open. Okay, nice. Yeah, so it looks like Cheryl took these trades right here on open. But I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's not the one you're referring to, right, Talanji? Because if she took them on open, then they're different. The reason why she took them on open is because the confirmation here gave her a sell. Sorry, I'm looking at the 1 minute right here for possible entry. So some people use the bear strategy. So like, before when we took the breakout, we don't use the 3 different time frames. Like there's some people who use it with less requirements, which is okay, but it is riskier. So I'll go back and explain that shortly, but I'm looking at the 1 minute right now for a possible entry here for a scalp. Doesn't look like it's going to close. Yeah, no scalp there. Still pending. This 3 minute over here might close though. So I'll be looking at the 3 minute instead of the 1 minute for a bit, just to see if it closes. But yeah, going back over here, guys. So once this trade over here passes, I'll explain it to you, Talanji, because I don't want to go off the chart and then miss the sell here, explaining the original breakout. So I'll just go into it like lightly right now. If you guys remember the original breakout, we don't use confirmations for all the different time frames. We only use the 1 minute. So so Cheryl over here, she actually took this over here because it provided for a sell. If you turned off the momentum indicator right here, there was actually a sell that was available right here off open. So not this, well, I mean, technically you could have taken this specific candle right here too. Looking at this, there was little to no wick on the bottom and it closed below the pivots. So she took that sell right there. And then it looks like she took another one right here, or she held on to it. Because right here again, this red candle, little to no wick on the bottom side, right? If there was little to no wick on the bottom side, then you can take that for a sell there as well. So I'm not sure if you're like familiar with the strategy, Talanji, the original one, because I don't know. I think you, I don't know if you were around when we first started looking at it. But when we first started applying the strategy, we didn't use the other confirmation. So if you're only trading directly off the 1 minute, you're not using the momentum indicators, because we started using other requirements as the strategy progressed. So the original one, you didn't really use the momentum indicators. We needed confirmation from it. The reason we use that is to increase win rate. So I'm going to wait for this entry right here to close out. If it closes out, then okay, there's one here for the 3 minute. Hold up, give me 1 second, Solange. So looking at this right here, let me see, it's down 58 points. So if you guys want to take this here for a sell, you guys can possibly take it, but I'm going to tell you guys that it's going to be a bit risky. So I'll take it for a little speculative trade right there for a sell. But it is going to be a risky trade. So guys, take this at your own risk. I did take it myself. So if you guys want to take it, I'll let you guys know if I close out early, because it is going to be a bit risky. And the reason for it being risky is that we're trading the direction of retail sentiment. I generally don't like to trade in their direction, but currently right now, this is the direction that price is going. So I'm currently in the position right now. I'm currently in profit about 1,300. So if you guys want to follow me with it, go ahead. I'm going to go and set a TP for me as well right here, so that I don't get caught in this trade. 35, 3, 63. I'm with my stop loss in profit. Let's see, 5, 3, 90. All right, so I moved my stop loss in profit. I'm currently at no risk. If it hits TP, hits TP. If it swings back up, it'll swing back up. I'm currently in profit about 2,000 right now. So if you guys want to hop into it, feel free. Looking at the 1 minute over here, there's another 1 minute entry right here as well. That's going the same direction as our 3 minute. So let me just put this right here for whoever's hopping into that. So yeah, guys, my position is already in profit. So if you guys, my stop loss is moved in profit. So if you guys want to move your stop loss in profit, it's currently pushing down right here. And we're still following through with these trades right here as well. So let's see, it's still pushing down a little lower. Currently in profit 1,700 across both off the single account. So we'll see how far it drops. But I did set my stop loss in profit. So my stop loss is currently in profit right now, right down here. And the reason I did that was because I mentioned this was a risky trade. So let's see. Oh, fuck, I accidentally moved my stop loss too close. So I'm currently out of position, guys. If you guys want to close out, feel free. I was trying to move my stop loss. I was showing you guys where my stop loss was over here, and I accidentally slid it down and it closed me out in profit. So I'll send you guys my profits for this trade. If you guys want to pull out, feel free. If you guys want to hold on to it, feel free as well. Just keep in mind that I'm out of the position. And even if I was still in the position, my stop loss was moved in profit down here. So what I do recommend is move your stop loss in profit if you're currently in the position. If you guys want to close out with profit, because you're like more than halfway to full TP already anyways. So if you guys want to close out, feel free to close out. If you guys want to hold on, what I recommend is move your stop loss in profit, because it is a risky trade. Like I mentioned, we're trading with the direction of retail sentiment, which is a direction that we generally don't like to trade. We don't want to trade with retail, but today that's a position that was given to us. Looking at the fundamentals over here, it's still bearish. So it still looks like it's going to come down. It's just looking a bit risky. So let me go ahead and send you guys my profits across both my accounts to show you guys what I locked in off that. So let's see. All right, so I'm up about 1,700 off this account. My other account, I'm up about 1,400. And then off my personal, barely anything, 30 bucks. But yeah, I'll send you guys my profits right now. So it's probably going to hit, but I'm already out of the position. So if you guys want to follow me, just pull out and then wait for the next one. But it is going to be risky, like I mentioned, because it's just how the market's moving this morning. So there. And here's my other one. All right, so let me send you guys my profits. I did close out early on accident, but it is what it is. I still locked in some profit off that. So locked in nice profits off that 3 minute. K2 US 30, 3 minute, and 1 minute. All right, so I'm seeing everyone's profits right now. It looks like a lot of you guys pulled out with me around the same time. Sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry, guys. It is Monday as well, so just keep that in mind. The market is a lot riskier on Mondays because price generally goes back and forth, pretty often. So like right here off my personal account, I locked in about 30 bucks, which is nothing. I was taking a really small lot size, 0.02, but still, we've only been online for less than an hour, and this is more than what people make hourly, right? 30 bucks. Looking at my FTMO accounts, I locked in 1,400 over here. And then my other FTMO, I locked in 1,700. So, adding that all up right there. So about, let's see, 1,399.13 plus 1,699.13 plus my whatever 30 bucks from my Hugo's way. I'm up 3,128 today. And that's only from like one speculative sell or one speculative buy. And then this sell right here as well. So, I mean, it's looking pretty solid for the most part. Let me just send this over to the other groups over here to make sure everyone can see what we did this morning. Let's see over here. Justin Mugai locked in a total of 533. Nice work, Justin. Patricia over here locked in a total of 2,863. Nice work, Patricia. John over here locked in a total of 1,113. Nice work, John. Nice. Yeah, John said first 1K day. Good shit, bro. Patricia over here again on her other account, she locked in 960. Great work, Patricia. So Patricia has two different accounts. She has an account just for US 30. She also has another account over here for just gold. So nice work against everyone over here. So John over here locked in a total of 1,770. Nice work, bro. So a lot of you guys pulled out at the same time as me. It's probably the better decision over here for you guys to pull out. I mean, it's really up to you guys, right? If you guys want to take the risk, hold on to it. It's probably going to come down, like I just mentioned. But for me personally, I like the peace of mind of like pulling out of the position and being in profit. So it's just up to you guys. It is Monday, so that's why I feel better that I pulled out than just hold on for the rest of the profit. Because realistically, I pulled out somewhere around this area. I only missed out on about 100 pips. So that's probably like another 1,100 for me that I missed out on. So it's not a huge deal that I missed out on that. I'm still, I still locked the majority of the profit today. Owen over here too. So Owen locked in a total of 1,474. Henry, I just let you into the room right now, so you should be good to go. Yeah, Patricia over here, her two accounts, 2,863, her other account, 960. Twan over here locked in a total of 6,690. Damn, nice work, bro. So we took the buy there, held on to it, locked in the 9,000, took some small scalps here for a sell, locked in another 1,400. So definitely great work right there, Twan. Let me see if I missed anything else. If you guys have more profit to send over, go ahead and send them over, and then I can take a look, or I can share, share some with you guys. But if you guys do have profits, just send them over, and I'll add them to the list of everyone's daily profits this morning. So let me just go ahead and just send this over real quick to the other groups. That's good right there. And I'm glad that I pulled out now, because looking at US 30, it kind of swung back up. So if I held on to it, it might have triggered my my stop loss and profit over here. So depending on where you guys are with this position, it probably would have been best if you guys just pulled out with profit, because now it's starting to shift back up. So that's what I was mentioning earlier. Sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry, because if you guys get greedy and you guys want to shoot for that extra, 100 pips down here, which is not that much, you would have been in some drawdown at this point now, because it's now pushing up to the upside. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, everyone looks like they're doing pretty well this morning. So if you guys have more profits, go ahead and send them over. I'll add them to the list. Otherwise, we'll keep going along with some more possible entries as we continue on. So Kyle over here as well. Kyle locked in a total of 481. Looks like he pulled out as well. Looks like majority of you guys did pull out of this trade right here. It's probably going to come back down, but I don't want to be sweating, hoping that it will come back down. I'd rather be out with almost like a little more than half profits and just, going on with the day and waiting for another entry, because it is 7:12 right now. Let's check the news from this morning. So the news from this morning was actually negative. Okay, so that's probably what caused the drop this morning. It was previously 2%. They were forecasting it to be positive 0.5%. It was actually negative. So it looks like the housing market is kind of slowing down a bit. They're expecting it to be positive for penny home sales. It's actually negative 1.8. So not as many homes for in transaction right now. I mean, it'll probably come down. We'll follow this. We'll follow this through. Even the 1 minute over here is still running. So we'll see what happens. But I do have the alert set up for whoever's still in these trades. So, all right, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing over here. All right, we got about 20. I got 20 missed messages here. So let me scroll over here real quick. Christopher's asking, is the buy signal on the 1 minute invalidated or not because it's below the pivots and the trend meter is still short? So, Christopher, which buy signal were you referring to? Because I don't see anything over here. Because I do see one over here. If this is the one you're referring to, this one is invalid, and the reason for that's because it's a buy signal with a red candle within it. So it's not going to be considered a valid buy signal. Right here, Christopher. If you want to confirm if that's the one, I'm not sure if that's the one you're talking about. I see you sent this message at 6:53, so I might have missed your question earlier when you asked it. Christopher said, okay, yeah, no, definitely. So it looks like Christopher said you answered my question, looking for sells on the retrace. Exactly, yeah, definitely. Other than that, let's see, news was negative. Yeah, thanks for confirming it, Fahad. Yeah, exactly, Talanji. So Talanji said, so for some people, for me, I'm a very careful trader. You guys have see how conservative I am with the trades I take. Like even today, I exited this a little earlier. I planned to exit it early because it was a risky trade. So for me, I use technicals with fundamentals with retail sentiment. Some people just use technicals. So like depending on how more conservative you want to trade, Talanji, you can trade directly off technicals if you want, but your accuracy is probably not going to be as high. Because it's going to be a lot riskier if you're not confirming it with the other confirmations. Let me just scroll over here real quick. Yeah, no, exactly, Solange. So Solange said, yeah, I get it. I just thought the fundamentals and sentiment were more important than the technicals, but I guess an entry is an entry. No, exactly. Technically, they are more important. So for me personally, Solange, if you ask me, I go to the fundamentals first. So fundamentals are number one. Then I go to technicals, and then last I go to retail sentiment. So for me personally, if you want to trade how I am, and you guys have seen how I trade, right? That's why I have such a high win rate. Even though some people have like small losses, for me personally, I like almost never lose, right? You guys have seen my profits for today, straight wins. You guys saw my profits from last week. I had no losses last week because I'm very careful about my trades. Obviously, if you take riskier trades, you can make more profit. But for me, I don't like losing trades. So that's why I confirm everything on the fundamentals, the technicals, and for retail sentiment so that I could have a really good win rate. The thing is, a lot of people say win rates don't matter, but for me personally, it matters for me because this keeps my confidence up. I can keep going 100 every single day. I'm sure you guys have seen where you guys have been winning trades, right? And then once you guys have that one loss, your trading starts to suck, right? You start to lose a bunch more trades. So for me personally, I'd rather have a high win rate and have a high confidence, like, if you guys keep winning versus having, a couple losses here and there, and then it messing with your trade psychology and, your trade morale. So everyone trades differently. For me personally, I take pride in like my win rate, right? So it doesn't matter if you guys do take pride in win rate or not. But for me personally, I rarely lose. And without losing, that keeps my confidence 100% every time I take a trade. So everyone just does things differently. There's no right or wrong way to trade. That's just the way that I trade. But if you want to be risky, you can just go straight off technicals. So other than that, nice. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you guys took profit off of that right there. Duggan just said S&P 500 pushing higher. I'm expecting a swing to the upside soon. Exactly. Me too, Duggan. And that's why I was worried about taking the sell here in the first place because, like I was saying earlier, generally S&P and US 30 move in the same direction. The S&P is currently slightly in profit right now. It's 13 points in the green, while the US 30 is down 54 points. So if the S&P continues to hold up, it'll probably keep pushing up, or vice versa. If it comes down, then US 30 might keep dropping as well. The only difference here is that retail sentiment is still short, but you can see that the number is starting to dwindle, right? It was at 71, 72% on open. Now it's only down to 66%. So it looks like a lot of traders are shifting from a sell to a buy, which is gonna, help out in everyone's favor if you're still in a sell. So other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else over here. And you guys can see price just came up and rejected off the London high over here. Oh no, the Asia high, sorry. You guys can see the, or Asia low actually right here, with the little markers right here. This is the Asia low. Price is rejecting off it. It can easily just bounce off and come right back down. But who knows, right? Price can go either way. So there's no guaranteed direction or price. So let me just check this over here real quick. Let me delete these because we're not in any positions right now. So I'm not in any of these positions right now. The only trades that we record are the ones that I actually take. So the only one I took today was going to be this 3 minute, but we did exit early in profit already. So I'm currently out of the position right now off that. I mean, technically the 1 minute could still be running because I don't think it was at the, yeah, it might have gone stopped out. And that's why I didn't take the 1 minute trade here because like I mentioned, the sells were risky. But we're already currently out of this position. If you guys are still holding on to it, I'll follow it just for you guys. But for me personally, I'm not in this position. We're currently out of all these already. So let me just go over here real quick and see what else I'm missing. Al is asking, good morning, Shawn. Is there a volume level that you look to trade for? Not really, Al. I feel like volume is kind of just overrated. A lot of people like to base stuff off volume, but obviously volume is going to be high during the times I trade, because I trade when the volume is the highest. I trade from 6:30 to 8, and that's basically when volume is the highest, because market just opened. Everything after that, volume starts to die down. So I don't look for a specific volume, any level of volume. I just enter and exit trades during the time when volume is highest, and it's always going to be highest during that time. So that's generally why I focus on trading only during that specific time period. Other than that, let's see. Roger's asking, is anyone else trading the U21 contract? My K2 momentum signals seem off today versus the US 30 indices that Shawn is trading. Each broker data is different, Roger. That's why we use currency.com. Currency.com has the most accurate data. Unless you're trading directly on TradingView, I recommend you just use US 30. Because it doesn't make a difference. The difference is just is just going to be the symbol. It's still going to move the same way, but the data is different. So like these indications of bullish momentum and bullish sell signals are going to be different, because the data points are going to be different, according to currency.com broker data, and then same with whichever data you're using. So unless you're trading directly off TradingView, I wouldn't use YM. I would trade directly off US 30. And then if you're executing it on a different platform, you can always just execute it like I'm doing here. I always use currency.com for my data, but on my second screen over here on my right, which you guys don't see, that's where I enter my trades off my MT4. So just keep that in mind, because the thing is, you don't want to be trading on something different unless you absolutely have to. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, Lillian said, I also trade sometimes Bitcoin. I think I caught a trick with you. You do a minute trade in and out. I like that method. I mean, it depends on which strategy we're applying, Lillian. Like for this 3-minute here, this is technically still running. It's been running for a long time now. So this has been running for about 21 minutes. So it's not always a 1-minute trade. If I'm trading on the 1 minute, then yeah, you'll be in the trade for a couple minutes or so, or even a couple seconds, depending on how fast the trade moves. But if you're trading on the 3-minute or the 10-minute, it's obviously going to take a lot longer for it to bounce around. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens from here. I'm currently in no positions right now, so I don't have a bias at all. I'm kind of just looking for any possible entries here. Retail sentiment is still short. Looking over here at market sentiment, I mean, the fundamentals, it's still down 40 points. Not very much, but it's still down, it's still red. So currently bias is still a sell until it shifts to the green side, then I'll start looking for some buys. But like I was saying earlier, if S&P continues to push up, the Dow Jones is probably going to follow. Usually S&P follows Dow Jones, but Dow Jones has just been down the middle the entire morning. It hasn't been negative 100. It hasn't been positive 100. It's just been in this range the entire morning session. And the reason why volatility is low, guys, is because the London session is closed today. Generally, it's faster on 6:30 to 8 because that's the London US crossover. So you have two markets that are pushing at full speed. You have the London market where people are pulling out of the market. You have a lot of liquidity coming from them. And then you also have people coming into the market from the New York Stock Exchange, where it just opened at 6:30, right? So that's where the liquidity comes from. But today the UK market is closed, so that's why the market's moving a lot slower than it normally does. Let me see this over here. Anything else over here? Let's see, it's Solange over here. Yeah, no, exactly, it's Solange. Angel said, how do you get the high-low labels? Are you talking about the labels? Which labels are you referring to, Angel? Because we have, I mean, I use a different indicator. Sometimes I use this indicator over here, which is the high-low indicator. But if you're talking about this one over here on the side, this is from using the sessions indicator over here. So, I mean, it depends on which one you're referring to. If you're referring to these right here, where it has the Asia low, London low, New York high, etc., it's from using the K2 sessions high-low indicator. Let's see. Marshurian. Oh, man, this is the same guy from last week that was like asking the dumb questions. Marshurian, yeah. So Marshurian said, "Is anyone sharing losses on your Telegram?" I mean, obviously, bro. If you're blind, because I've been showing everyone's trades over here. There's a loss right there, bro. It's not a big loss, but it's a loss there. Like I don't understand where like why do people come on the YouTube and troll, bro? This is why I don't like really like sharing the YouTube channel anymore, because we always get people who are like not even in the premium or like not even in the group trading with us, but they always have like dumb questions to ask. Like he asked last week, why would we, if we win all the time, why do we trade FTMO? I mean, it's pretty obvious why we trade FTMO, so we don't have to risk our own capital. Martian, but I mean, it's okay. This is why I'm not posting the YouTube links anymore, because we just don't want to deal with trolls anymore in the group, right? A lot of people that don't understand trading, don't understand FTMO, don't understand anything. They always have something to say, which I mean, it's all good, whatever. It doesn't bother me because we're still profiting every single day, regardless of the trolls that are like lurking in the group or the trolls who pop in randomly. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Always gonna have people like that online, whether they're part of the group or not. But okay, going back over here, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Yeah, Gilbert said to kick him. I know that's obviously what we should do, because this dude always comes in. Let's see. All right, we're just gonna hide this user on the channel, so our streams are not gonna be on here anymore. All right, guys. So looking at this right here, this is exactly why I moved my stop loss and profit earlier, because price was probably going to shift, and that's kind of what's happening right here, right? If this happens where price shifts up to the upside, then this is how it's going to move. If it goes up this way, then we'll just catch it as it swings back down, and we'll catch it as it swings it back up even higher. So this is what I mentioned about bias changing, right? Bias doesn't always need to be bearish. If bias starts to shift the other way, that's completely fine. We just start looking for trades in the other direction. But yeah, I mean, currently right now, I'm already out of this position. So this is like not really of importance to us. We'll just be looking for another possible entry as it swings the other way. But it looks like everyone already pulled out. So just looking at everyone's profits over here. Fahad locked in 338. Nice work, Fahad. Charlie over here as well, locked in a total of 403. Cheryl over here locked in a total of 2,527. So obviously you guys can see here that they post their wins and losses. I don't understand where like people think that only wins are posted. I mean, just because people win majority of the time doesn't mean that losses aren't posted. Like Cheryl over here, she locked in a total of 2,500. She did have a loss here. It wasn't a big loss, but it was a loss. Same with Fahad here, right? Fahad took 3 trades, 2 wins here, made about 400, a small loss of 15 right there. So losses do happen, guys. Like, you know, it's not impossible to have a lot of wins, but you know, losses are part of the game. It happens every so often. So other than that, let me see if we're missing anything else over here. Let's see. Christopher's asking, now we push above the pivots, we should be looking for long setups, correct? So I don't see any, oh yeah, you're looking at the 1 minute. So right here off this one, Christopher, on the 1 minute, we're still not looking for any buys because it's still below the pivots on the 3 minute. So for me personally, I use the 10 minute, 3 minute, and 1 minute. So right here on the 10 minute, it's still below the pivots. Same with 3 minutes below the pivots. So I wouldn't be looking for buys here on the 1 minute just yet, because there's no confirmation on the technical side, right? It's just the 1 minute here, but on the 1 minute, we get a lot of noise. So price will tend to go up and then it can come right back down. I'll start looking for some buys once price swings to the upside on the 10 minute and the 3 minute here. You can see here it's attempting to swing up, but it hasn't really had any luck. I'll just delete these lines right here because these lines are a bit irrelevant at this point. But you can see right here, if I turn on the high-low indicator, you can see that price is kind of rejecting off the pivot and structure right here. So if that happens, it can just come right back down, right? But we don't have a confirmation. So for me personally, I wouldn't be looking at any buys just yet until this shifts up on the 10 minute and on 3 minute. Also look at the fundamentals over here, and I want to make sure that this turns green over here. So it's currently negative 22, but we'll be looking for, you know, we'll be looking for something in the other direction. So we're still looking for sells right now until we get a confirmation of this swings up. So like for me here on the 3 minute, I want this to swing up. It needs to close above here. And then if it comes back down and swings back up higher, then I'll be looking for some buys. But currently right now, it just hasn't confirmed it yet. So I'll just delete this over here. Actually, I'll leave that up for now. But let me just keep scrolling down. I see your question right there, Gilbert, in the YouTube, but I'm going to go down the Zoom real quick because we still have about 58 questions here that I missed. So let me just scroll down a little lower. Henry's asking if I'm trading YM1 minute, my TP would be 10 points and my stop loss would be there. Yeah, exactly, Henry. That's correct. Kimmy's asking, if price closes above pivot on 1 minute, would your bias change to bullish straight away? Oh, yeah, no. So another, that's exactly what I just discussed right now, Kimmy. So like going back to your question, Kimmy's asking if I would shift to a buy, just like what others were asking here. I wouldn't shift to a buy just yet until it confirms on the 3 minute. It looks like it's starting to swing up. So if it closes above here on the 3 minute, then the bias will change for the 3 minute. And then I also want to confirm here on the 10 minute, if it closes above here as well, above this area, then I'll shift from a sell to a buy. Lastly, I'll be looking over here at fundamentals to make sure that this is green as well. But as you can see from the market has been moving, it's just been going sideways. It hasn't really been going very high or very low. It's kind of just going sideways. Refreshing this over here, you can see the S&P is up about 20 points. So they're both in the opposite direction, but they're not really heavily apart. The Dow Jones is down at 20 points. The S&P is up 20 points. So it's not really a big deal right now until it starts to move directional in the same direction. So, but it looks like it's starting to shift to the upside, right? Because right here on the 10 minute, price is starting to push up. Same with this over here on the 3 minute. It's starting to push up right here. So let me see how far did it push up from. Yeah, I mean, it pushed up pretty high, but not high enough yet. I think we need it to close above this this London low, and then once it closes above there, I can probably keep pushing up even higher. But yeah, answering your question right there. Let me just scroll here real quick. Yeah, so Angel is asking, says Asian stuff. So to get this right here, Angel, you have to turn on your K2 sessions high-low indicator. So right there, it has it off. If you turn it on right here, you'll have these lines. And if you don't have this information over here, say if you have the indicator on, but you don't have this information right here, go to your settings and then turn on your indicator name label. So if you turn that off right there, you don't have the names right there. But if you turn that on right there, you'll have the names on the side. That's how you'll get access to this right here on the side. Oh gosh, Angel. Yeah. So sorry, I didn't see your other part right there, but yeah, exactly. To turn that on, just go to your settings, go to indicator name label, and then check that on. And then it'll say this right here on the right side. Maddie's, yeah, no, I'm not going to repeat that, man, but I see your message right there. Yeah, Dean said, anytime I see someone post a loss, it's surrounded by 15 wins. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it's, some people just don't believe, they don't believe that this is possible, that we can have so many wins here. But I mean, it's been shown like every single day. Let's see everyone else here. Cheryl locked in a total of 2,527. Josh over here locked in a total of 1,145. Nice work, Josh. And then new levels over here locked in a total of 1,233. Like, I mean, guys, I can see how this is kind of unbelievable to see everyone have straight wins all the time. But we have straight wins because we actually know what we're doing here. We're not just taking random trades, right? We're following strategy. Everyone's on point with what they're doing. Charlie here, straight wins, 4 back-to-back wins, total 403 in profit. It doesn't matter if you guys have a big account or a small account. If you have a big account, you'll make in the thousands. If you have a smaller account, you'll make in the hundreds, right? It just depends on your account size and how you trade. But just like how we were saying before, it's just it just depends on how you trade it. But it does make sense how some people could be kind of skewed to not believe that people can have straight wins. Like Stern over here just sent me his trades here. He's up 1,323 euros and straight wins here as well. But we're consistent here. If you guys have been on the live session, you guys have seen that we do this every single day. It's not like a one-time thing. This is done every single morning, same time, every day. So other than that, let me scroll down a little lower and see what I'm missing over here. Duggan said I only share my losses like on Friday. Yeah, no, Duggan, he took a bit of some accidental trades that day. Kimmy said if price closed above pivot, yeah, so I wouldn't take the trade yet, Kimmy. I'll still be waiting for the confirmation here for it to be above. Flynn said, Kimmy, did you just call me a slut? No, because Kimmy's using a different language on the keyboard, so I came up like that above. Yeah, Kimmy's from Sweden, so that's why the message came up kind of weird. Hamidi said the only thing that is that on YouTube, I know about you, so I would want others to learn about you too. No, exactly, Hamidi. I agree. That's why we still go on the YouTube, but the YouTube gets kind of difficult when I'm controlling the the chat room, because a lot of like literally anyone could hop on. But no, I agree, Hamidi. I definitely want to keep going on the YouTube. I just won't post a link up for like people to find it. The only people that can find the YouTube are the people who actually follow. Other than that, no, exactly, Hamidi. Yeah, and Hamidi said, other than that, I tell my friends about this group, too many fools, bro. But please don't let them distract you. No, exactly. I'm here to make profits, guys. Like, you know, we're here to make profits. We're not here to mess around. We're here to look for some trades, and you know, if we see trades, we take them. And I'm here to share all the knowledge I have with you guys. So I'm definitely not going to let the trolls, you know, distract me. That's why today, like, you know, I had my wins here, but I'm pretty much cool with just chilling. So for example, here it's 7:33 right now. If I don't find any trades from now until 8, then I'm just going to call it a day. I had no losses today. I'm up about, how much am I up today? I'm up about here, let me just add this up real quick. So across all my accounts, 1,399 and 13 cents, plus 1,699 and 13 cents, plus $30 for my personal account. So I'm up 3,128. You know, this is enough profit for me to go for the day. If I don't need to trade for the rest of the day, it's completely fine. But I'm going to wait for a possible entry from now until 8. So let me scroll down a little lower and see what else I'm missing. Flynn said, I think Kimmy called me a book sled. I guess that's better than a regular sled. Yeah, Kimmy said Sweden is cold. Let me scroll down a little bit, see what else I'm missing here. Andre said, I'm new. Where do I find the K2 sessions indicator? I don't see it on TradingView. So Andre, if you have access to the K2 indicators, just go to indicators right here, go to invite only scripts, and you'll see right here, K2 sessions high low, and that's how you'll, or HL, that's what it's abbreviated for. And then you can add that to your chart if you have access to the indicators. I'm not sure if you do or don't, but I could, I mean, if you think that you should have it and you don't have it, then just message me on Telegram and I could probably look up your account to see if you have access to the indicators. Yeah, I'll say K2 wins so much, it's almost like stealing, right? All right, so I think I'm done here with the Zoom messages. Let me go over here real quick. And Umer is asking, new here, can you please explain your strategy? So Umer, depending on which strategy you're asking about, so here on the, we'll just skip this strategy because we're not applying this right now. But looking at the 3-minute over here, so the one strategy that we're looking at right here, I'll just rewind this. Let me just delete these right here. And then I'll show you what I'm talking about with these strategies right here. So basically right here, I'm going to rewind it to here just to show you an example of what we're looking for. So for the specific strategy on the 3-minute, we're confirming a valid K2 momentum signal. That's going to be the first requirement. Right here, we have a valid momentum signal. And the reason for that is because we have a red signal, red sell signal with a red candle within it. If it's a red candle with a red signal in it, it's a valid sell. If it's a green candle with a green candle in it, it's a valid buy, depending on, you know, which requirements we're looking for. So looking at this right here, we have a valid sell. We want to confirm prices above or below the K2 pivots for a buy or a sell. Right here, prices below the pivots. The pivots are these green and orange lines. And with that said, we can enter on the open of the falling candle. So we enter a short position here. This right here, our TP stop loss is 25.50. And then once we let this run, here our price goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, and then hits TP right there. So that's pretty much this strategy that we're applying here on the 3-minute. It's the same exact strategy that we're applying here on the 1-minute. It's just on a different time frame. So like if you wanted to take the trade right here, which we didn't take, I'm just going to show this, you know, as an example, but it's the same thing. You look for a valid signal right here. It's below the pivots. You enter right here for a sell. Let me zoom out a little bit. You enter right here for a sell. And then with that said, you let it run. For this, it's a 300 to 100 split. So if you let that run right here, you can see obviously it didn't work, but we didn't take this trade. But this is basically what we'd be looking for. But you would want to be taking this when the price isn't really moving all crazy. So I'd probably show you a better example over here. Let me see if I can find one. Because this is on market open. So we wouldn't have taken this trade anyways on the 1-minute, even here on the 3-minute. We probably wouldn't have taken this even though it was a win because it was on market open. Generally on market open, volatility is very high. So you basically want to skip when price is kind of moving erratically like that. So I'll just show you an example. Let me see if this one actually works. We would have to go to like sometime last week because market just opened yesterday. We generally don't like taking trades when the market just opens, but I'll just show you another example right here of like how it actually does work. Because it was bullish yesterday, so that's why I took the buy. So for example, right here, prices above the pivots, the valid buy signal is right there. So requirement number 1, we have a valid buy signal. Requirement number 2, prices above pivots 3 and 4. So we can enter right here. And if you let that run, obviously went to TP. But generally you want to skip, you don't want to trade outside of US session, and you also don't want to trade on market open. Right here was on market open. Obviously it did work, but in a lot of cases it's generally back and forth for the market. So those are the 2 strategies that we're using right here for the 1 minute and the 3 minute. That's what we've been using this morning. Also for the breakout, I would show you the breakout, but we didn't have a breakout this morning. So if you come back tomorrow, Umer, I can show you the breakout for that there. But yeah, it's the same thing. So this is the 1 minute here, the 1 minute and the 3 minutes. The same exact strategy, just TP stop loss is different because they're different time frames. So we go for a smaller target here on the 1 minute versus the 3 minute versus the 10 minute, because they're all different. They all have different speeds of how they move. So I don't know if this covered it for you, Boomer, but if you come back tomorrow, we can probably go over the breakout live. Today, I can't go over it because we didn't have an entry here for the breakout. In order for me to go over it in detail, I need basically all of the time frame. Like I need the technical analysis. I need the fundamental analysis. There's like a whole process that goes into the breakout entry. So I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, or if you're referring to this one specifically, because they're both different strategies. Looks like we might have a buy here, guys. So let me go over here real quick to the fundamentals and just want to confirm where price currently is. So the fundamentals are right down the middle. It's currently slightly green. So this technically could be a decent entry. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it though. I'm probably not going to take it. It's just too risky, guys. If you guys want to take it, feel free to take it right there. I just don't feel comfortable taking it right now. I mean, retail sentiment is short still, but the fundamentals aren't really that in the green, right? It's kind of going back and forth. It's going from like -11 to +3 to just back and forth. Let me check the S&P real quick. So everything is green now. The Dow Jones is green, S&P is green, NASDAQ's green. And this would be the 1 minute entry. If you guys want to take it, feel free. Maybe I'll take it. I'm thinking about it right now. Let's see, do I want to take it or not? Let me check the 10 minute. Kind of risky. Yeah, it's too risky. I'm not going to take it. If you guys want to take it, feel free, but I'm probably not going to take it myself. If I do hop in, I'll let you guys know, but I don't think I'm going to take the risk. It's getting close to 8, so I don't really want to risk it at this point. Generally, if I take a trade too close to 8, you start to get a range going. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you know, generally this is the time where I stop trading. And the reason for that is because price starts to range once it gets closer to 8. And I'm so tempted to enter this buy right here, but I don't want to enter it just yet. Let me see if anyone else hopped into this. Here, let's see. I'll enter it and I'll just play around with it. So I'm probably not going to take the full trade. I'm currently in it right now. Let me see if it hits TP. So this is a risky trade, but I'm taking it anyways. Oh, there we go. It already hit TP. All right, so I'm already out in profit. It hit TP right there, guys. Really, really quick move on the 1 minute. This is why it's important that you guys understand the strategy so that you guys can hop into these trades right away if you guys see it. I'll send you guys my profits real quick. Let me just give a little screenshot to take this. So yeah, it's still pushing up right now. It just passed through TP again right there. So here's the horns for Steven. He's asking for the horns. So if you guys locked in that right there, you know, quick profit, like super quick profit. I'll send you guys my profit photo as well. Let me just give you guys a little update here for whoever caught it. All right, so great profit right there. Let me just give you guys a little screenshot of what I locked in. It was really quick. It wasn't really you really have time to think about it unless you like knew what you're doing. So let's see. My personal account didn't catch it. Let's see, my FTMOs did catch it though, so that's good. Nice. All right, my FTMO accounts did catch. My personal didn't catch it though. It's all good. I'll give you guys a little update right here. It's a small profit because I only caught it for a partial move. I didn't catch it for the full move, which is okay. I'll send you guys what I made here. So there's one and there's another. So as you guys can see, I'm fully transparent with you guys. If I see something here and I say it's risky and I don't take it, I don't take it. But like I mentioned, I said it's probably going to push up a little bit. So I hopped in real quick, and that's where I made, partial profit. So it's really important that you guys understand the strategy and are able to apply it yourself, so that even though I'm not in the position, if you guys feel like taking it, you guys can take it. And obviously, it hit TP right there. It was a really nice move. I only locked in a slight profit off it, but profit's profit. I can't really complain about making 290 within a minute or so. So for my other account, I'm up 1,653, and my main account over here, I'm up about 2,000. So I'm up about 4,000 for the day, which is not bad. I only took 3 trades this morning, quick moves in and out, not bad at all. Nice profit off that K² US 30 1 minute scalp. And guys, this is why it's important that you guys understand everything, right? I want to make sure that you guys are on this level as everyone else. And I'll just give you guys a little update for everyone else over here. Let's see who else locked in some profit off of that. So yeah, some of you guys did catch it here. Let's see, Owen. Let's see, yeah, Kyle locked in 481. Owen locked in a total of 1,751. So obviously you can see no losses right there, straight wins. And Patrick over here locked in a total of 4,107. Great work, Patrick. Also, the reason why I looked into this buy right here is because this whole morning I was telling you guys that it was probably going to shift back up, right? And it finally shifted back up because we were looking for a buy initially this morning, but it came down slightly, not shifting all the way back up to where it was supposed to go originally, right? So looking at the 10-minute right here, if you guys remember, I drew a line over here on open, right? So this is the open, and I mentioned that price was going to do one of two things. It was either going to keep dropping, or it was going to shift back up to where it originally was. And right here, you can see obviously it's shifting right back up to where it originally was on market open. And you can see that, I only know this because I trade US 30 every morning. So I see how price moves, and it's the same pattern every single day. It just does the same thing. It comes down, then it comes back to where it originally was for a correction. And obviously it's about to break above this. And if it does break above this, then you can expect it to be bullish, breaking close above this. So great work against you, amongst you guys here. Let me check over here. Junior over here locked in a total of 1,214. Obviously you can see here people do post their losses, but their losses are usually covered with the rest of the trades here. So nice work, Junior. Looks like he had a pretty hefty loss right there, but he made it all the way right back off the following trades. So great work there, Junior. Cisico over here, he took a small loss, $2. He's up a total of 2,677 for the day. Cisico again right here, 2,911. Great work, Sisu. Let's see, anyone else over here? Scroll down. Cisico again locked in a total of 2,728. Hit a small loss over $2, made it back with a $58 win. Nice work, Sisu. Fidel over here locked in a total of 731. Great work, Fidel. Cheryl locked in a total of 3,394. Nice work, Cheryl, while she's on vacation. So her name right now is Cheryl's on vacation. Michael over here locked in a total of 822. Great work, Michael. William over here locked in a total of 12,659. Great work, William. Essa over here locked in a total of 1,264. Great work, Essa. Michael again over here on his personal account or his other account locked in a total of 301. Nice work, Michael. Clyde over here locked in a total of 833. Great work, Clyde. Josh over here locked in a total of 392. Small loss right there, but a bigger win. So a total of 392 profit. His first win over there was 456. Looks like this might have been like an accidental loss, which happens. It happens every so often. And the only reason I say that is because his other account over here has no losses. So his first account, accidental loss possibly. His other one over here, a total of 575 straight wins off this one over here. So, accidents do happen every so often. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So Josh said copier didn't copy. That was the loss. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Sometimes the copier works in your favor when it misses the trade. Like for me, it didn't copy off my personal, but it did copy to both of my FTMO accounts. Miriam over here. Miriam said, "Hey, Shawn, love the new name." Exactly. She locked in a total of 470. Great work, Miriam. Swan over here locked in a total of 11,280. Nice. So we took the buy right there, and he took a sweet push up to the upside. So he locked in a total of 9,000 this morning. Big win. Another sell in the opposite direction for about 1,300, and then again another buy here for a total of 4,615. Great work, Swan. He's killing it. You guys are doing amazing this morning, guys. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I'll answer the rest of the questions, and then we'll be calling it a day. It's currently 7:48, so I usually get off by 8 anyways. So if you guys do have questions, go ahead and send them over. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping up this session as the official first trading day of the trading week. And keep in mind, it is NFP, guys, so we're probably going to expect some pretty volatile markets once you reach Wednesday. So Wednesday over here, we have OPEC all day, crazy trading day, and then Friday we have NFP. So just keep that in mind. All right, other than that, let me see if I missed anything else over here. Yeah, no problem, Umar. So Umar's asking, how do you utilize fundamentals? So Umar, the way that I look at fundamentals is I look at CNBC. I basically look at what the overall bias is. So I look at the daily average right here. Generally, I want this number to be negative 100 or positive 100, right? If it's positive 100, my bias for fundamentals is going to be bullish. If it's negative 100, my bias for fundamentals is going to be bearish. So I look at this right here. I also look at the entire stock index right here. So this is the Dow 30 index, right? Basically, if there's more red stocks, then we're looking for some sells. If we're looking at there's more green stocks, we're going to be looking for some buys, because if the stock index is pushing a certain direction, you know, the chart should be moving that direction as well. So like looking at this over here, the fundamentals are currently green. It's not heavily green. It's only up 22 points, but it's still green, right? So with it being green, that means that there's more green stocks than red stocks, or the strength here is more on the green side than the red side. So with that said, we'll be looking for possible buys here. And if you were to identify that from this morning, so if you've been following it like since this morning, right, Umar? We were waiting for this to change from red to green. As soon as it changed from red to green, you can see price here shifted from the sell to now a buy. And that's how I utilize fundamentals. But if you want to go and watch my previous sessions, you guys can go see exactly how I analyze things. If you guys want to do that, you know, just go to the K² YouTube channel. So like, for example, here, if you go over here to the K² YouTube channel, go to videos, and you can watch all of my previous live sessions, because I trade live every morning. I've been trading live every morning for the past 2-3 years. And you can see all the analysis that I do here. I look at fundamentals every single morning. So if you want to follow exactly what I do here and see how we profit real-time live, you can find it here on the live session. So Umar, if you're brand new here, you can probably go back and watch these sessions. But if you want to see me do it live tomorrow, I'll be on live again tomorrow, and you can see how we do everything as the market actually unfolds. So you can see how I do everything, and you guys can kind of mimic what I'm doing to, you know, to add more confirmations to your trades. So other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else here. Here, let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, so Deswell over here said, I found K2 by accident looking for a way to trade US 30. Thank God for US 30 profits. For K2 profits this year are triple from last year. No, exactly, Deswell. I remember when you first found me on YouTube. You know, you were looking for ways to trade US 30, and we like literally killed it from last year till this year. So I definitely see you doing a lot better, even though you've done already great how you've done so far. Gilbert's other question over here. So Gilbert said, Shawn, can you talk about how you train the psychology? When you see a price drop, people will go chase it, or randomly thoughts will be coming out. So Gilbert, for trade psychology, for me, I generally look at fundamentals first. So if the fundamentals are green right here, and then you see price dropping, then I'm going to trust that price is going to keep pushing up higher, right? Because that's how fundamentals are supposed to, like, technicals here generally follow fundamentals if price is not being manipulated. So say, for example, here, it's not a good example because the fundamentals aren't that strong, but say, for example, here, this was like 100 points in the green, right? And just using that as, you know, a base mark, because you want to make sure that you have, you know, some sort of framework of like what you follow. So for example, here, if this was positive 100 points, and then I would just say, for example, I see price going down, right? I see it pulling down. It just doesn't make sense why it's going down, because the entire stock index would be green if it was up 100 points. If it was up 100 points, then I wouldn't really be too worried about any drawdown, because I know that eventually once it reaches some sort of support, like, you know, maybe the New York high or the London low, if price reaches one of these points, I'm already expecting price to correct back up to where it's supposed to go, right? Because the fundamentals are pointing towards the upside. That's the main way that I identify with my trade psychology. It's just the way that I train my trade psychology is I confirm as many confirmations as possible, right? I confirm the trend on the 1 minute. I confirm the trend on the 3 minute, 10 minute, 1 hour. I also confirm the fundamentals. and also confirm the retail sentiment. So with all these confirmations right here, if everything's pointing towards a buy and price is going opposite of where I'm going, odds are that's just price being, slightly manipulated, or they're looking to trap some other traders in the other direction. But I'm trusting that it's going to swing back to where it's supposed to go. So that's pretty much how I train my trade psychology. It's just by having as many confirmations as possible, so that you're absolutely positive price is going to go in your direction. Let me see what else I'm missing over here. Shane said, "Hey Shawn, when you get a chance, can you check out that email I sent about getting access?" Sure, Shane. Let me see real quick. Okay, I see it right here. Yeah. So once I'm off this session, Shane, I'll go in and grant your access. We have about, well, I'm just gonna go down these questions. If I don't have any more questions, I'll log off, because I'm usually off by 8 anyways, and then I'll unlock your access, Shane. So don't worry, you'll get access shortly, within a few minutes. Umar is also asking, would you say it's easier to trade US 30 using fundamentals and technicals? Not necessarily, Umar, because like I mentioned before, even though fundamentals could be pushing towards the upside, that doesn't give you your entry point, right? This just gives you what the bias is. So if fundamentals are pointing towards the buy side, I still use the technicals to identify where to enter, because you can have a retracement and then you catch it as it swings back up. You have to use them intertwined. You can't just use one or the other. I mean, technically you can use one or the other, but you're not going to have as accurate of an entry if you just use one versus using both, or also using retail sentiment like I use here. So I use about 3 big confirmations. I use technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and retail sentiment. So 3 big things right there, the big 3, and that's how I identify my entries. Other than that, let me see if I scrolled anything else. Over here, Christopher is asking, can you break down the risk reward on each time frame, just the pip ratio, 3 minute, 10 minutes? So Chris, over here on the 10 minute, so I'll just put this down here. For the 10-minute snipes, it's going to be a fixed TP stop loss of 500 pips both ways. So 500 pip TP stop loss, 1-to-1. Here on the 3 minute, since it's on a shorter time frame, the TP stop loss is going to be 300 to 500. I know it's negative risk reward, but we have such a high win rate where it's okay to take trades like this. And then here on the 1 minute, it's an even quicker move. So for this right here, the TP stop loss is going to be 100 to 300. So a lot of people don't like taking negative risk reward, but the reason why we do that is because we almost never lose, right? If you almost never lose, you can just keep adding up these wins, and it's, you almost never, especially on the 1 minute. The 1 minute, we almost never lose this because it happens so quickly. Same with the 3 minute here, and that's why you can take the negative risk reward. But that's going to be what the TP stop losses are for each specific time frame. And the reason for that is because of the way that price moves, specifically to that time frame. So other than that, let's see. Christopher said, I have different New York lows again, 10 minutes. Let me check, Christopher. It's so weird that you have different. I haven't seen anyone else have that issue there. So you have different New York lows. Let me check my New York lows over here to see if it's different on my end too. Okay, so the New York low right here is 35,252. The New York lows over here. It looks fine on my end, Christopher. I'm not sure why it looks different on yours, because I'm looking right here. Or you said the 1 minute actually. So let me go back to the 1 minute over here. It looks on mine, it's the same one, Christopher. I'm not sure why yours looks like that, but mine here it's 35,252. Here on the 10 minute, it's also 35,252. So I'm not sure what's wrong with yours. It seems like it's just a one-sided issue. Is anyone else having issues with your high lows plotting at different points? Because on mine, it looks fine. This is a 10 minute, so I have 35,252. And then same here on the 1 minute, 35,252. And then here on the 3 minute, same thing, 35,252. So I'm not sure if anyone else is having that issue. It might just be your trading view, Christopher. I'm not sure if your time zone's off, or your computer might be delayed. Sometimes if your internet connection is not like up to par, it might be a little bit delayed on different time frames. You might want to just refresh it. So what I'll do is just click this here to save your chart, and then just refresh your chart. You can hit Command R or Control R depending on what platform you're on, and then it should possibly update it. But I don't see the issue on my end, so I'm not sure how exactly to help you through that. You might want to message TradingView directly but it looks okay on my end. Yeah, I'm not sure, Christopher, because it looks like everyone else here is doing it's fine for them. So, but I think it wouldn't really matter for you anyways, Christopher, because price is so below here. The low is like way down here. So it's price wouldn't even get to that point. Because looking at this right here, I mean, I do see your concern because if it was something important, then it would make sense, but it's away for like 2,300 pips. So I don't think it's going to come down here at all by today or even by tomorrow, probably. All right, so here on the 3-minute, we're looking for a possible retracement, or actually I'm done trading, guys. It's already 8 o'clock. So I'm personally done trading for the day. I'm just going to answer the rest of the questions here, and then I'm going to log off for the session. Then we'll pick back up tomorrow for the next trading day. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing right here. And David, so David said, I go by the name Izzy. Yeah, I'll check your email as well. David, let me check real quick. I don't think I have an email from you, Izzy. Let me check my spam real quick. Oh no, okay, I see it. You just sent me an email right here. Or okay, I see it. Okay, because I see your name here. It says Isaac and Izzy, then your name on here is David. So I'll look at yours shortly. So let's see. Yeah, Izzy. So it looks like you signed up for the signals only, or like for just live session. In order to get access to the indicators, you need to have a subscription to the strategies. So message me on Telegram, Izzy or Isaac. I'm not sure what you want to go by. Just message me on Telegram, and then I can help you with that directly if you want to just switch to the strategies. Because I see that you wanted a link also for the trading view, for it to upgrade your trading view. So let me just message me on Telegram, and I'll help you once I get offline. Other than that, oh yeah, no, definitely, Shane. Yeah, I'm glad to have you back too, bro. It's been a great year for us so far. So other than that, there's a 1-minute entry right here, guys. I'm not going to take it. Let's mark it up again for you guys right here. If you guys want to take it at your own risk. If I do take it, I'll let you guys know, but I don't think I'm going to take it right now. Let me just check the fundamentals real quick. Maybe I could hop in real quick, but fundamentals are up 28 points. It's not very strong, but it is up. Maybe I'll hop into it. Let's see. So maybe I'll take a speculative buy and try to hop in for a quick little move. All right, so I hopped in for a speculative buy. If you guys want to hop in, I consider this a pretty risky trade. So I'm going to set a TP for this so I can just pull out when it goes back up. And I did enter for a discount. So 354. All right. So if you guys want to take it at your own risk, but I do find this to be a risky trade. For one, it's past 8. I generally don't trade after 8. So this is, what I would consider risky. But if you guys want to take it and you guys feel comfortable with it, then, feel free to take it. The only reason I felt comfortable about it was because I see price shifting up here on the 10-minute. It's obviously shifting into a buy, but it looks like it's going to have to retrace down a little bit. It might just reject off this structure right here and then possibly swing back up, but we really don't know what's going to happen until it happens. Same with here on the 3-minute. Obviously price closed above the London high here. So I was kind of anticipating it to shoot back up, which it might not, who knows. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Let me see if there's any other questions that I'm missing. And let me just set an alert over here for myself since I'm following it. 1 minute scalp TP. All right, so I got that set up right there. I got in for a discount, so I actually got in down here. I'm already in profit pretty heavily. Not heavily, but a couple $100 because I entered down here. And there it goes, it swings back up. And you guys can see that I feel confident about this position because price was trending upwards on the 10-minute, 3-minute, 1 minute. Also, the fundamentals over here also bullish. You can see the Dow Jones is up 28 points, S&P is up 25 points, Nasdaq's also up. So it looks pretty bullish across the board. But the only reason I find it risky is because it's after 8. I generally don't trade after 8, so I'm probably going to close out of this early anyways. Still in profit, but it's really up to you guys if you guys want to take it or not. So let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing over here. Okay. I don't see anything else over here. Clyde said, how do you turn off the labels on the indicators that you don't want to see the labels on? I think you can only turn them all off or turn them all on. Clyde. So if you go here, your settings, if you click on this right here, name label, you just turn them, you can either turn them all off or turn them all on. And that's how you would shift between them. So other than that, let's see, David said he's having an issue with Telegram. So David, I'll message you on the email then if you're having issues. And then I'll give you some directions as to like if you want to upgrade from your signals to your to the actual indicators. Let's see. Andre said my question. Let me see if I can find your question here, Andre. Andre said my charts look a little different. Is there an update since the trading vids? Andre, did you watch all the videos? Because the videos, we don't use the cloud anymore. We haven't used the cloud in over 2 years. So I'm not sure if you watched all the videos. Because if you got to make sure you watch all the videos first, guys, because a lot of people watch like the first video and aren't up to date. Because you're asking if they've been updated. They've been updated if you watched all the videos. So let me just go over here real quick and I'll show you. Yeah, because you're asking about the trend meter. So let me just pull up the course over here and I'll show you guys because a lot of people get confused with it, which is fine. But yeah, the video that you're asking for over here, Andre, so you're talking about the intraday strategy because that's the only one that we use the cloud with. So you can see right here, we have the version 1, version 2, and version 3. So it looks like you only looked at version 1 because this was the version that was created. I mean, you can still use this. It's just a lot more work because you have to use 4 different screens. We changed it when we created the K² trend meter. So this video was created like 2 years ago. And then the version 2 has the update with the new indicator, the trend meter, obviously, that we use. And then on top of that, we have the new indicator that was created here as well for version 3. So if you go back and rewatch them right here, you can see your chart looks different because we don't use the cloud anymore. That's why when we created the trend meter down here, this replaced the cloud. So that's why we don't use the cloud anymore, but you can still use them if you want. Let's see. Gallo said TP hit, by the way. Which TP did you take, Gallo? Because mine's didn't hit yet. Mine's still running currently. Right, I'm in profit, but it's still currently running because I did get in at a discount, so I got in down here, and it's still going for me. So I'm still holding on to it. I'm probably going to close out early as I get off this live session. But I think that's it for the questions here. So Andre, do you have any other questions regarding anything else, or if anyone else has any questions? Go ahead and put them in the Zoom right now. Otherwise, I'll be logging off for the day. It's about 8:05, so I'm usually off before this, but I did stay on a little longer just to answer questions. So if there are any other questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll be logging off for the day and we'll be cashing back on this, tomorrow morning. So let's see. Van Harwood said, thank you, Shawn. See you tomorrow. Andre said he's good. Yeah, Christopher's Day. Yeah, no problem, guys. Glad to help you guys out here. I saw that you guys have like a ton of profits here. I was going to go over them. Usually at the end of the day, I go over everyone's profits, but there's just too much profit for me to look over, guys. So I'm not going to go over all the profits for this morning. You guys, I'll post up the profits later. If you guys have profits you guys want to share, just send them over to me and I'll add them over to the list. So Cece over here locked in 2,966 off his first account. His other account over here, 3,391. Great work, Cece. Straight wins right there. Cheryl over here also, she identified this, the classic U. Great profit right there. And Charlie over here as well. Charlie locked in a total of 631. Nice work, Charlie. So yeah, you guys are killing it right here. I'm currently in profit right now, about 500. I'm probably just going to pull out of this position early because I just don't, when I get offline, I don't like having positions still running. So I'm probably just going to close it out. I just close it out in profit. So if you guys want to hold on to this, feel free. I close out all my positions in profit. So I'll give you guys a little update for mine as well. Charlie locked in a total of 1,136. Nice work, Charlie. Damn, killing it. You guys are on fire. Twan over here locked in a total of 13,660 this morning. Great work, Twan. Let me give you guys a little screenshot of my profits for today. And I did close out on position. So just FYI, guys, I'm out of this position already to close out in profit. The reason why I close out is because I'm going to go offline. I don't like holding trades past my live session. All right, so I'm up pretty heavily today. Let me see. I'm going to show you guys what I locked in. Nice. So today, no losses for me, straight wins. Let me give you guys the update for my positions over here. Here's my personal account. Here's my FTMO account, and here's my other FTMO account. So I'm just gonna give a little update right here. Live trading session. Massive profits. I'm gonna say massive, great profits, because they're not as big as everyone else's. You know, I have consistency here. So looking at my positions right here, let me just give another update right here, and I'll show you guys, you know, why I'm content with the profits I made today. So looking at this right here, I made about 47 off my personal, which is, I mean, it's not a huge amount, but a profit is profit, right? Looking at my FTM over here, my first account made 2008. My second account over here, 2,308. So if you add all that stuff up right there, so earlier I was up 3,128. If you add up this right here, so I locked in about 48 off my personal. So let's see, 48 plus right here, I locked in 2008 and 20 cents. And then down here, I locked in 2,308 and 20 cents, 2,308 and 20 cents. So I locked in a total of 4,364 and 4 cents for this morning. And that's only taking about 4 trades, right? Barely took any trades, took 4 trades this morning. Some of them were partial, but they all hit some pretty nice TPs. Again, right here, this 1 minute is still pushing up to full TP. But since I'm going offline, I'm just going to log off. I'll give you guys an update if it does hit TP, but I'm currently out of the position already. So pretty nice profits across all my accounts right here. And I'm satisfied with what I made. So definitely great profits amongst everyone else here. And otherwise, I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow morning. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and message me on Telegram or email me. If you guys do email me, expect at least a 24-hour to 48-hour response time, especially on Monday, because I do, let me see, I have a lot of emails, guys. I have about 891 emails. So I'm probably not going to get to your email today if you guys just emailed me. I just have too many questions or too many emails to get through. For the people who did talk to me on the live session, like Izzy, I do see your message, so I'll go over yours quickly. But if you guys messaged me yesterday or anything like that, it's probably gonna take some time for me to get to you. Just keep that in mind, because I do have a lot of emails from the weekend that I haven't gotten to yet. Actually, I just deleted about 200 emails, so I have about 790 to go through. So I'll see you guys shortly. If this hits TP, I'll give you guys the update. But otherwise, great trading day today. No losses, all straight wins. Saren again over here, he locked in a total of 1,741 euros. Nice work, Saren. And then his other account over here, bro, honestly, I don't know what your thing means over here, because in the US, I don't know what all this stuff means, but I'm assuming sorting means, or your balance is just 17,000. So let me just check right over here. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what any of this stuff means, but I think it means that you made 2,000 profit. So I'll just say that you made 2,000 profit right there. Yeah, sorry, Sharon. I personally, I've never seen this before, so I can't really understand what sorting means. But I'm assuming that that means your profit. Oh, it's deposit. Okay, so your wins. Okay, your wins. This would be your wins. 16,000. So your deposit was 2,000. Your wins were 16,067. So definitely great work right there, Sharon. Other than that, I think that's it for today. So great work, everybody. If you guys have other profits to send over, Javier too. Javier locked in a total of 705. Great work, Javier. Making that that salary this morning. Jason over here as well locked in a total of, let's see, 2,000, about 3,000 right here. So great work, Jason. Great work, everybody. So if you guys have profits, go ahead and send them over. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. It looks like this 1 minute's going to hit TP. So I'll give you guys an update if it hits. If not, I'll just give you guys some updates in the group. So other than that, catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great morning. If you guys don't have to trade, I recommend you guys just hold off on trading and then just wait for tomorrow for me to come back for the live session, because I'm done trading for the day. So I'm done with my 4,000 profit, and now I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my day. So catch you guys tomorrow, and we will. I kind of want to stay on to see this hit TP, but there's just no point. So guys, have a great morning.